Hello children, welcome to 8th Chemistry online classes. Today we will start the next chapter, chapter 5, Combustion and Flame. Introduction to this chapter. So our chapter name is Combustion and Flame. And what is combustion? Combustion is a chemical reaction in which the substances react with oxygen and to produce heat and light in the form of flame. That is called that chemical reaction. That is a chemical reaction and that is called combustion. Now we read this. People generally use wood, cow dung cakes, crop residues, kerosene oil, coke or LPG gas to cook food. For running vehicles, we use petrol or diesel oil. In factories, we use coal or fuel oil or natural gas. So for our daily purpose, for getting the energy, we are using such fuels. The materials such as wood, coke, LPG, that is liquid petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, natural gas, have one property in common. That is, they produce heat on burning. Furthermore, some materials on burning produce flame and some do not. For example, a candle or coal gas on burning produce a flame. Our cooking gas, these all are the examples of they produce flame. So here also that is one image of one candle. So you can see the flame, but not the coal or charcoal. So this is a coal burning. So that coal burning, it will not produce a flame. Okay, so in this picture it is very clear. This candle produce one flame, but here the coal that not produce flame. Next, combustion. Some substances like magnesium catches fire and burns with a dazzling white flame when heated in air. This you already studied. Magnesium ribbon. Magnesium, that's a metal, and magnesium ribbon catches fire and produce a dazzling white color. See, white flame. So here it is there. Similarly, when a piece of charcoal is brought near a candle flame, it burns, producing heat and light. See, the charcoal and coal burns in air, producing carbon dioxide, heat and light. So this kind of fuels, or this charcoal and this magnesium, when they burn, they produce heat, light and carbon dioxide gas also. A chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion. That is, I already said that. So that is a chemical reaction. Combustion is a chemical reaction in which the substances react with oxygen. Oxygen help for burning. So react with oxygen to give off heat, sometimes light and sometimes flame also. The substances which undergo combustion are known as combustible substances. It may also be called a fuel. So the substances which undergo combustion, that is a chemical reaction. Combustion is a chemical reaction and they are combustible substances. So paper or wood, these all are combustible substances. And some combustible substances we can use as a fuel. So wood also we can use as a fuel. Sometimes heat is accompanied by light, either as a flame or as a glow during combustion. Fuel may be solid, liquid or gas. Okay, so when these combustible substances are burning, sometimes heat definitely produce, sometimes light also produce, and sometimes flame, or it is like a glow. Incense stick, when it is burning, we can see one glow only. So fuels may be solid, liquid or gas, that we know. Fuels, this charcoal or coal, that is in the solid form, petrol, diesel, that is in the liquid form, coal gas or our cooking gas, that is in the form of gas. Next, conditions required for combustion. So combustion is a chemical reaction and react with oxygen. Substances react with oxygen. So first we will see one example. Why is the person caught in fire is covered with a blanket? So in this picture. So after affecting the fire, we covered with a blanket. See, if the clothes of a person catch fire, he is immediately wrapped in a thick blanket. And why we do like that? The blanket cuts off the supply of air, that is the supporter of combustion, and hence the fire is put off. So air contain oxygen, so that oxygen is helping for the burning. So this blanket, when we covered that person with the blanket, that blanket cut off the supply of air. Okay, the air cannot pass into that because blanket act like a barrier there, and so we can put off the fire. Can a matchstick burn on its own? Can we burn a wooden piece by a lighted matchstick? See, again I am reading this thing. Can a matchstick burn on its own? No, never. Can we burn a wooden piece by a lighted matchstick? No. So the answer to these questions is no, we can't do. This shows that different substances burn at different temperature. So in the same time, you just think about this. Can we burn wooden piece by a lighted matchstick? That is, answer is no. But the same thing, we can burn petrol or diesel like that. Okay. So this shows that different substances burn at different temperatures. So some substances need high temperature and some substances need very low temperature. Some minimum temperature is essential for burning a combustible substance before it catches fire. This minimum temperature is called ignition temperature. So we studied another term, ignition temperature. So what is ignition temperature? The minimum temperature or the lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire. Okay, so example, see this same example of a wooden piece. We cannot burn a wooden piece by a lighted matchstick because that wooden piece have highest ignition temperature. Its ignition temperature is more. But what about a paper? That paper we can burn it very easily with a lighted matchstick. Why? Because of paper ignition temperature is, compared to the wooden stick, it is very low. So you have to learn, or you have to by heart this ignition temperature. What is ignition temperature? The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called its ignition temperature. What is ignition temperature? The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called its ignition temperature. I'll tell one example. Ignition temperature of diesel is 210 degrees Celsius. So the diesel, it reaches 210 degrees Celsius, the temperature reaches 210 degrees Celsius, then only diesel start to burn. Okay, so if the temperature of combustible substance is lower than the ignition temperature, then the substance will not burn. Got it, children? So I told you diesel ignition temperature is 210 degrees Celsius. So that temperature is less than 200 degrees Celsius, it will not, or the diesel will not burn. So that is this line. If the temperature of combustible substance is lower than the ignition temperature, then the substance will not burn. Some examples also. Cooking oil catching fire when a frying pan is kept for long on a burning stove. So this is a burning stove and a frying pan is kept on this fire, and oil is inside. So we kept this frying pan for a long time. This oil attaining that ignition temperature and it start to burn. Okay. Then kerosene oil and wood do not catch fire on their own at room temperature. So we know that kerosene oil and wood are very good fuels, but they cannot catch fire their own. But if kerosene oil is heated a little, it will catch fire. Kerosene oil. So kerosene oil, when we store kerosene oil at home, we should be very careful about it because its ignition temperature is very less. So it is a chance to catch fire. So should not keep kerosene oil near to your kitchen or near to the flame or near to the cooking stove. Okay, because it will catch fire easily, because what is the reason? Ignition temperature of kerosene oil is very less. But if wood is heated a little, it would still not catch fire. A very little temperature, when we give a very little temperature to the wood, it will not catch fire. Why? The wood ignition temperature is very high. Got it, children? Next, inflammable substances. I think you see this inflammable in some places. Okay, let us see. Those materials which have low ignition temperature and catch fire easily are termed as inflammable substances. Okay, so inflammable substances means their ignition temperature is very low, so that is a chance to catch fire easily. Example, petrol, LPG, diesel, that oil, etc. So in this truck, here you can see that highly inflammable. Okay, you see this on the trucks. This is an Indian oil truck, and here highly inflammable, because that oil that is highly inflammable means its ignition temperature is very low and catches fire easily. Next, how do we control fire? So this much time we discussed about the fire. So next is how can we control it? So first one, fire brigade stations or fire stations. In case of fire, fire brigades will extinguish the fire by sprinkling the water on the affected areas. The water will bring down the temperature below its ignition temperature. So why we sprayed water? Because water can bring down the temperature below its ignition temperature. So we studied that if a substance burn means when it reaches to that ignition temperature, then only it can burn. So while spraying or sprinkling the water, it can bring down the temperature below its ignition temperature. As a result, fire will stop spreading. Water vapors also surround the combustible material, helping in cutting off the supply of air, because air or oxygen helping for the burning. So this water act as a blanket and it bring down this ignition temperature and put off the fire. So the fire is extinguished. And next method is fire extinguisher. This is the fire extinguisher. Water is the most common fire extinguisher, but it works only on things like wood, paper, etc. However, in case fire is caught on electrical things, then water, being good conductor of electricity, will destroy those equipment. Okay, so water is a conductor of electricity. So when we are using for fire, water used for fire extinguishing, that is lead to a dangerous situation, okay, because water conduct electricity. So in that situation, what we'll do for such case, even water is not good in case of fires due to oil, petrol, etc. For such cases, carbon dioxide is best extinguisher. Oxygen, that is helping for the burning, and carbon dioxide put off fire. This extinguisher cut off the air supply and thus brings down the temperature below the ignition temperature. As a result, fire gets extinguished. The same way of this water. Okay. Moreover, it usually does not damage electrical equipment. So this is the fire extinguisher. So here carbon dioxide gas help to extinguish the fire. Okay children, so this much we can stop now. So all of you read the textbook, and you can ask your doubts in the interaction session. Okay children, so okay, thank you, all the best.